Hello, Terry here, Hot Branch Fabrication. Got another one in the shop. This one's kind of a cool deal. A little two-seater. We call it Scarlet. And the reason why this one is kind of cool, because it's near and dear to my heart. But bam! So I built this car from scratch back in 2007. And as you can see, made the cover 2010. Of course, had a Subaru in it at the time. And whoop, got pictures in here and everything. Somewhere in there. Hold please. I used to love reading this magazine. Couldn't wait for it to come out. It's got all the old school cars in here. It's coming. Even has an old Rhino in there. It's coming. There she is. So pretty neat. Had a a photo session in Glamis in June, which is kind of crazy. We actually lucked out because it wasn't that hot. It was like in the 90s, but we got there super early and got the photo shot done, which is pretty neat. But this is now my friend's car, and obviously it's gone through several different transformations. It's got a nice little 5.3 liter Chevy in it, little LS. It's all aluminum. And I actually put that in when I had the car, which completely woke it up. And the Subaru ran good, but the V8, man, for the bottom end is just absolutely amazing. So my friend's coming for a wiring job, and we got a couple little things to do on his car first. One of them is the rack. She's all sloppy, so figure out what I could do with that. Either machine it to make it tightened up, or maybe we'll have to buy a new one, I don't know. And then it's got some loose heims on here. I forgot which one it was, but one of these heims is real loose. So we got to put some heims in it. And then I got the headers powder coated, which I already have. I'm going to throw those on, and his little bracket over here on this side broke. Kind of cracked a little bit, so I just cut it off and put a new one on there. So yeah, it's kind of neat. So we'll get this thing all whipped out, show you a couple little things here and there, see what I can do about this rack. It's bad. And then obviously we got to clean her up. She's dirty. She's a dirty girl. All right, doing a little trip today. Going to Affordable Powder Coating. I actually been going to this place for quite a few years. As you can see, I got some sandrail stuff going on. Hold please. Get my new pick 'em up truck here. Well, it's not new now, but it's newish. Alrighty. So I had some headers down here. So kind of a cool place. They'll do anything that you guys need. This stupid thing keeps opening up. They can handle everything. They got a big, huge oven over there. They do in-house sandblasting, and this thing's been around for a while. I've been coming here since the late 90s. I had a drag bike that I had built that these guys had done for me. And actually I used to race with this guy right here. So yeah, I've been coming here for, dang, almost 30 years. So I'm getting some headers done, picking them up. Actually got it done in this tungsten, which is a pretty cool color. But they do anything that you'd like. They got the different blacks, titanium, satin, and then of course this was real super popular for a long time. But yeah, it's cool stuff. Talking about the different coatings on here, and I've always been under the impression that when you do headers, you're doing ceramic coating, but I guess there is different processes. So this is Greg, he's one of the owners. And can you kind of explain to the audience what the difference is on the coatings? Or
Well,
like Cerakote
basically
stuff?
they're all made out of different products, different temperature ranges, but mainly they're all going to be a high temp coating. Some of them are going to be, like the flat ones are going to be up to 2,700 degrees. The polished finished one is going to be happy around the 16, maybe 1,800 degrees just because of the aluminum pigment in it. But all the other finishes, they'll go up in the 2,000 and above.
All right. So you guys are obviously full service here. Like, what's the biggest thing you can do? Like, how long is your oven for trailers and stuff? Or?
It's a 30-foot oven, but with the wall thickness and everything, and when the doors close, we're probably about 26'4".
Mm-hmm.
So anything 26 foot, boat trailers, car trailers,
Yeah.
you name it, it goes in.
Right. Awesome. So yeah, you guys do absolutely everything. I've seen some city structures out there.
A lot
for
of bus
buses.
stops
Yeah.
for City of Mesa, City
Yeah.
of Phoenix, Peoria.
So I was telling the guys that I've been coming here since late '90s. But how long have you guys been open?
I am on my 46th year here.
Oh wow, that's fantastic. So obviously they're doing something right if they've been around for that long. But yeah, like I said, I started on the drag bike stuff, and then I moved to the sand rails. You can see obviously there's a lot. They were doing stuff with Tatum for a long time. I've actually sold that guy a engine. So they all kinds of dirt cars, street cars. So they just do a fantastic job. I've never done price shopping. I've always been loyal once I found a place that does good. And like I said, I've literally never checked for other prices. I don't know if they're high, below, average, or what. It's just they do a fantastic job, and this is just where I go. So look them up. Affordable powder coating. These guys will definitely take care of you.
Absolutely.
All right, back from the powder coaters. Get these all unwrapped, and they look great. Look like brand new. This is that tungsten color, which I really like that a lot. So I need to make the brackets for the driver's side. I'll probably make a new one on the other side too, might as well. And we'll get those put on. Okay, so I got the mounts done. Headers are put back on. They look really good. This one was fine, but I just chopped it off, put a new one on there anyway. It's a little bit thicker. And then we had a bunch of little cracks. I had a tiny one right here. Fixed that. TIG welded it. And then had a tiny little one here. This broke before. I put these gussets in there a long time ago. This one had a tiny little crack, so I fixed that. And then this one is actually cracked almost all the way around on both sides. So I ended up putting these gussets on there to strengthen this part up. So with the Subaru that was in there originally, wasn't really a problem, but we got the V8 in there and a lot more power now, so we had some issues. Thing is a mess, we got to clean it up still. Slap some grease in the CVs. So that's good, and that was pretty easy to repair. And that one's fine, doesn't have anything there. This one is fine. So yeah, next thing we have to do is work on this front end. This rack and pinion is jacked up to the Maximus. And this rack I've literally had on this car since conception. So I mean, it's built in '07, so the thing's almost 20 years old. Fixed it once or twice, but you could see she's moving quite a bit. And you can take these apart and do a little bit of machine work in there. So we're gonna have to look at that, see if we need to fix it or replace it. And then this is all loosey-goosey, and it's actually the misalignment bushing in there and not the heim joint. So we're going to take this stuff apart, take a look at it, see if we can fix it or replace it. And we'll be almost done with this. So one little thing I'd like to remind you guys is if you like this content, please smash that subscribe button. Give me a like, share, comments, whatever you could do to help me out. I have been growing lately. I'm at, I don't know, like 837. Got to get to that magic 1,000 before you can start making any money whatsoever. But I appreciate it if you guys can hit that subscribe button. Help our brother out. And we will continue working on this thing and get it all finished up. All right, so we were looking at the front end, and we had a lot of play in the rack and pinion. So we did some analyzation of the analysis on the situation. And what we came up with is the, whoops, so this is the pinion, this is the rack, so thus rack and pinion. And this goes in here like that. So before, what we did was actually milled the top of this because there was kind of a step, but it's actually really smooth right here. It's perfect. So there was too much of a step and this thing was kind of wobbling a little bit. But now this is rocking, well, it's rocking this way. It's hard to pick up on the camera. But basically what's happening is the edge of this right here is worn out, and there's actually a little lip right here. So to fix that, I could weld onto here and then remill it, or I could mill some lines in here and put some like Teflon strips in there, or Duron, something real super aggressive. I'm going to tighten that up, and that would fix it. There's little springs and balls that go in here, and the balls were completely worn because they go on these grooves right here. And those grooves are made like that, but you see there's some wear on there. So the whole entire thing was really wore out. Could be fixed with some machining, but you know, at the end of the day, it's done its job. Actually had that on there for a long time. So we went to the old off-road store, Fodrell's, and we purchased that. The latest Rage, which is basically the same rack and pinion as that one over there. Just looks a little nicer. I don't know if because it's just anodized or whatever. But it's basically the exact same thing. It was kind of a bolt-on. I had to do some modifications because I actually built this billet piece originally when I built this car. Because I didn't want the tie rods bolting in right here because I wanted them to line up with the center line. So I really should have brought my center line of my control arms here, and then I could have had a tie rod there and then another control arm over there. But this was a long time ago, and I didn't quite understand the whole geometry of it. But, you know, that's why I made that, so I could line these three up. And it actually worked pretty good, but I had to do just a little bit of milling in here to get these bolts in. But now it's all super tight, and it ain't going anywhere. It doesn't move at all. And then, of course, we replaced this heim joint, and the most part was the misalignment bushing in there actually broke, and that's why it was loose. So that's fixed. That's fixed. Set the alignment, kick the camber out a little bit on this side, and then reset the toe and let it go. So my previous statements that I have made, 100% of the time when we take hoods off, they are absolutely atrocious. So this time when you take the hood off, this is what we're seeing all up in here. So this is actually one of our signature series electrical jobs here. So we did this several years ago. Switch Pros started coming out, and maybe the owner of it, Michael, can tell you a little bit about what he did to it.
So that's a standard 8-switch Switch Pro setup. Goes to the terminal block, so everything's easy to access, easy to maintain. This does have a fuse and relay panel that's mounted in the back battery compartment. Other than that, it keeps it clean, simple to work on, maintenance free. It's been going this way for years and I haven't had to touch anything. It's a really good product.
So we put a ground bar on this side, bus bar on that side. One thing that we do not do, absolutely 100% never gonna, is sheet metal screws into the cage for grounds. We got dedicated grounds going to where the ground should be, which is absolutely imperative. So you're not gonna find any little tails of grounds just stuck to a bolt or something. It's all dedicated. So Switch Pro is really a pretty cool system. They all have, well, there's actually half of it has different amperage on it, a little bit higher amperage. That's the one with the 2 wires on there. But it's pretty neat. Just put them on the bus bar and then you can hook whatever accessories you want on there. So that works out real nice. So I think we're actually about done. We got anything else?
That's it.
That's it. So we'll put the covers on and then call it a day on this one. And we got another big electrical job coming in tomorrow. So this one was pretty simple, short and sweet, but I appreciate you guys watching. And once again, if you can throw a little subscription on there, it doesn't cost you anything to push that subscribe button. And give me some comments. Tell me what you think about this car. Really, I'm kind of proud of this car. The thing was built in 07, so it's 18 years old and still going strong. But it did need a little love, needs some maintenance, but it's a fun car. It's 1,500 pounds. Oh, one thing I did mention is on the headers. I was going to tell you guys about that when I picked them up. So the price to Cerakote, or I call it ceramic coating, but it's Cerakote, $250. And that's sandblasting the old ones and doing both of those. So I just had that done on my car. They charged me $360. My headers are a little bit longer. So they go by the amount of product that they use. So my headers go way down and then they come back and I have, you know, the twins coming out the back here. So about $360 on that. So it's pretty affordable. Not too bad. So I built these headers, did the 4 into 2 into 1 kind of thing and then it's merge collector here. It goes down and then comes back up into a cone. So I was just playing around, but they're pretty cool looking. They fit the car really well, but they look pretty neat. So we got to clean this one up, and then once my friend Mikey is done working on the next car, this goes back up to Cholo. So that's it. Once again, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.